and welcome to bexbugoutsurvivor. I am going to have a cup of coffee the way I usually would at camp. And why? It's the most asked question when anyone sees me having a coffee, because I like to do it cowboy style. The question comes up, why don't you just use coffee bags? Let's see what I've got. Okay, coffee bags. I've gone for two different varieties here, and I'll explain to you in a minute the issues I have with these type of things. But let's start with these little gadgets here. That needs a clean. We'll use that one. Now, I made a cup of coffee with that infuser spoon. It must have been 2-3 years ago, and as usual you get the idiots in the comments, and they'll say things like, why don't you just use a coffee bag, when I was showing this, the infuser spoon. Well, the whole review was about the infuser spoon, but I can't possibly make a video about the infuser spoon with a coffee bag. When you review something, you have to have the product of which you're talking about. The mocha pot is pretty straightforward, really. I don't want to come above this safety valve. You can see here that little nut. That's your safety valve. Makes a very small amount, but it's quite a strong amount. And some water in the titanium cup. I'm just going to put half a cup in that. I think we'll just do these two to start with, and then we'll move on to the coffee bags and the cafetiere. Now, these are all ways you can do some very basic coffee at camp. I like to use my cat wicking stove with that one, and with the titanium I use this Bex stove. Okay, I've got real coffee grounds. Now, these coffee grounds are to my preference, my taste. I can choose whatever coffee I prefer and put it in there. Some people will tamp this down, some won't. I've tried both ways, tamping it down and not. Again, it does vary how rich the brew is. And if you like a rich brew, you do it one way. If you don't want such a strong rich brew, then don't tamp it. Let's get that one on. And this one is going to be my cowboy coffee. These are the coffee bags I got from a supermarket the other week. I've got them just to do this video. Otherwise, I wouldn't be having these. In my supermarket, these were the only two brands that are available. So if you are on a longer trek, I don't know, maybe a 10-14 day trek, yes, coffee bags would be a great idea. However, if you stop off at a shop, you're probably going to guarantee you're not going to get your favourite brand. And I don't have to just be a slave to whatever they're trying to sell me. I've tried both of these. I'm not impressed with either of them. Generally, this brand here I do quite like, but just not this. Another thing, I like a strong coffee. One coffee bag is just like ditch water to me. It may as well be ditch water. It's so weak. I might try 2 coffee bags and see if that will turn me, see if that will sway me. Price is another thing that puts me off. The fact they're so weak, and I'm solely reliant on whatever flavour and brand that is in the shop. I'm kind of stuck with them. So this brand here, I've never heard of them. Now, this brand I have heard of. Comes in nice little individual sachets, which is a lovely little idea. So I thought it was going to be quite a big bag, but again, I don't know how they managed to get such a weak tasting coffee in such a bag. Much the same. So that, I would say, is probably 1 teaspoon, but at least I can have some of my mocha pot coffee creamer and a bit of sweetener. I've only made just a little mouthful. It's going to be quite strong as it is. Oh, that makes a really fantastic coffee. What's it like to take camping? That is a bit weighty, which is why I said I allow for a luxury item. So if I think that I've packed quite well and light and not overpacked, I allow for 1 or 2 luxury items. That has been a luxury item. So does it come on every camp? No. But if I've been a good boy, fantastic, fantastic. Now, the longer you can leave your coffee on a slow, low boil, the better it seems to go. Put the coffee directly in that to taste. So I can have as much or as little to taste as I want, with the flavour I want. Albeit I've just put these in tubs, coffee in that, whitener and sweetener in that one. Once you got your coffee into here, never leave the lid on. It will boil over. You need to leave that exposed while it's steeping, and that's all it is. It's going to steep for a few minutes. So what's my favourite way to make a coffee? Probably this here, but there's a weight penalty. Now you could use the jet boil flash, and a separate purchase is the cafetiere. About 100 seconds on that for half a litre, which is halfway up the pot, which is its maximum fill. 2 little rods screw together, put it through the lid on the jet boil flash, a little silicone lid, and put the press on. Okay, I've got an empty cup here where I can just pour the cowboy coffee into the cup, and it'll leave all the grounds in the bottom if I've done it right. This is going to be quite strong, and you can't see that, but it's just a little bit of liquid left in some coffee grounds, and most of the grounds come out. And I have got a little cleaning cloth, show you how quick and easy it is to clean. A microfiber towel picks up every single leaf, and the microfiber towel dries out quick, so I don't waste water rinsing it out. Now, I haven't got any sweetener in this. Like I said, I'm going to be drinking coffee all day, which I don't really want to, so we can get rid of him. That was just for demonstration, but I think I will have the jet boil coffee. There you go. Same thing, throw the leaves. It's pretty clean as it is. Rag, clean it out. I don't use excess water to clean. I think I'll maybe put this on again, and we'll use that little infuser spoon, which is another option. This is the brewer made from the cafetiere. Get my special spoon. Sweeten to taste. So you can make this as sweet as you want, or as bitter as you want, as strong as you want, as rich as you want. Pretty much goes the same for all the recipes and appliances to make the coffee. Make it your own way. Oh, I'm gonna be peeing for Britain tonight. I don't know if I can finish this episode, as I've got one more to do, the coffee spoon. So the water has just come together in the jet boil. Now this, picture it like a coffee bag. It's a reusable coffee bag made of plastic with a fine mesh around it. So this coffee bag is reusable. I can put as much or as little coffee in as I want into this plastic coffee bag. If I want, I could use it like a pour over, but it doesn't do too well. So I just kind of use it like an infuser and just leave it in there like a coffee bag. If you want it stronger, leave it longer. Want it weaker, just give it a quick stir. I do like a strong coffee, but for demonstration that'll do. I'm just going to add my whitener, and to empty it, there it is. It's a case of just flicking it away. There you go, give it a tap. I don't really bother rinsing that. That's ready for the next brew. A reusable coffee bag, and I can put the coffee of choice that I want into that. Why don't I just use coffee bags? Now you know. So now we've seen the cafetiere, we've seen the mocha pot, the infuser spoon, cowboy coffee, and I'm not going to sully my taste buds with a coffee bag, and I've had quite enough coffee. I might try 2 coffee bags in the same pot and just see if that improves, because like I said, there's barely a spoonful in those little bags, and I have at least 2 spoons of coffee just for myself. So maybe it's just tastes weak, because it is weak. I got a pack of 20 coffee bags and a pack of 10 coffee bags. It came to around £7 for 30 bags. It's not cheap. There's another thing to consider. I've often wondered what it'd be like to just break open a pod and do something with that, because they're a nice little size. So I'm going to experiment with what I can do with a little pod as well that go in these machines. I'm pretty sure somehow I could adapt it to go into this, but we'll see. Until next time, take care of yourself. I'll see you out there. Happy trails. I need another wee.